Congratulations, Matt. The next senior that we would like to honor, he's a 4-year forward for Avonworth, number 54, Ryan Kennedy. Ryan will be escorted by his parents, Eric and Tammy Kennedy. Ryan was awarded a scholarship to attend Allegheny College. He will be majoring in the medical field and will continue to play hockey for Allegheny College. Congratulations, Ryan. Our next senior, also another 4-year letterman, number 17, Matthew Springer. Matthew playing defense for Avonworth. He will be escorted by his parents, Eric and Denise Springer. Matt will be attending college and majoring in business after his graduation. Congratulations, Matt. Our next senior, also a 4-year letterman from Ambridge School District, number 43, Nicholas Weaver. Nicholas playing defenseman for Avonworth Ambridge team. He escorted by his parents, Patrick and Tracy Weaver. Nick will be attending Penn State main campus and majoring in chemical engineering after graduation. Congratulations, Nick. Our next senior is the captain of the varsity team. He's a 3-year letterman, number 47, Zach Kloss. Zach is from the Ambridge School District. He's escorted by his parents, Norm and Captain Kloss. After graduation, Zach plans on attending a technical school for carpentry. Congratulations, Zach. Our next senior, a 3-year letterman, Jack Humphrey, number 7. Jack is from the Ambridge School District. He'll be escorted by his mother, Susan Sabona. After graduation, he will be entering an apprenticeship for the steam fitters. Congratulations, Jack. Our next senior is a first-year player forward, Ian Cook. Ian's from the Ian Christian Academy. Ian will be escorted by his mother, Becca Cook. After graduation, Ian plans on pursuing a hockey career. Congratulations, Ian. Our next senior is from the Ambridge School District, Will Goligoski. Will is a first-year forward from the Ambridge School District. He will be escorted by his parents, Bill and Tara Goligoski. Will plans to attend a college and major in business after graduation. Congratulations, Will. Our next senior, one of the alternate captains of the varsity team, number 59, Kate Grable. Kate is a first-year defenseman from the Ambridge School District. Kate is escorted by Wes and Krista Grable. Kate will be attending the University of Pittsburgh to study pre-med. Congratulations, Kate. Our next senior, also an alternate captain on the varsity team. He's from the Avonworth School District, first-year defenseman, Liam Tomczak. Liam will be escorted by his parents, John and Cynthia Tomczak. Liam will be attending Villanova University, majoring in engineering, and will continue to play hockey at Villanova. Congratulations, Leo. And our next senior is from the Ambridge School District, number 16, Dominic Lodovico. Dom is a first-year defenseman from the Ambridge School District. He will be escorted by his parents, Dave and Nicole Lodovico. After graduation, Don plans on attending college. Congratulations, Don. If we could just have all the seniors line up in front of the net for one group picture, we would appreciate it. Quick gun. On behalf of the president of the Avonworth Hockey Program, Brian Patilo, and myself, Rick Wire, president of Ambridge Hockey, we would like to thank each and every one of the parents for their dedication of getting our players to practices hockey games, and the travel and the commitment that it takes to put this team together. Thank you for your commitment and what you do for our kids today. Let's play hockey.
Well, not quite yet. We've got a nice cut to go, but this is Burgh Hockey Live. Class B action coming up. It is Avonworth and Central Valley. Avonworth now with Wilmington falling to Burrell 9-4 in the previous game, I believe is what the final score of that one was. Avonworth can clinch a home playoff game with a win tonight over Central Valley. Central Valley will need the win to stay in the playoff race with Burrell. A lot of stuff going on here. The Bucks moving along trying to clinch that playoff berth. I believe they moved into a tie with the Wilmington Greyhounds. So we'll be back to talk about all that fun stuff that occurred momentarily. Ice cut coming up. Hockey after that. I'm Brian Mitchell. This is Burgh Hockey Live. We will be back. While we're waiting, we're going to go through the scoreboard a little bit here. We're going to have an ice cut, and then we'll have our game between Avonworth and Central Valley. North Allegheny defeating Bethel Park in AAA action right before this one on Burgh Hockey Live. You saw that one. I had Jeff Morrow join me for that contest and that little discussion we had towards the end, so we had a good time with that matchup. Always good to have Jeff on. Jeff, you're going to hear a lot more from in the future with a lot of the stuff that he's got going on with the state history of the state title game and things like that. You're going to see some stuff pop up. It's really interesting stuff, and I hope to sit down with him this summer and discuss the what's going on there. A couple scores for you. Here's one that nobody saw coming. South Fayette looks like they have defeated Hempfield. Checking the scores here to make sure that's the case. It's not over yet, but it's moving along. South Fayette 2, Hempfield nothing right now. That's a big one when it comes to the scoreboard. And talking about Hempfield's chances of making the postseason, that's huge for Franklin Regional down the stretch. Greater Latrobe looks like they defeated Quaker Valley 11-0 on senior night at Kirk Nevin Arena. Huge matchup for both of those squads. Greater Latrobe just shutting them down. 16 saves for Greg Irons on senior night. Mars trailing Meadville 1-0. Big matchup in the Northwest. That could go a long way in somebody deciding who's going to be able to take that final playoff position. And Quaker Valley looking like, falling like that to Latrobe. You're going to have to continue to think that they're going to start becoming a little bit questionable if they're going to be able to get chased down by Mars. But currently, Meadville leading them 1-0 in a huge game when it comes to that. Mars out shooting Meadville in that contest 38-12, however, trailing 1-0 in that one. Baldwin and Plum just started up. Nothing there from Ice Castle. And that's one we're going to be keeping an eye on this evening during Burgh Hockey Live. Move along into Single A. Yada, 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 yada. And it is 6-3 Bishop McCord over South Park. South Park wins that rough run at the end of their season. So they're going to keep an eye on that one. That race now opens up a little bit for it. Indiana opening up a little bit of territory of their own with an 11-2 victory over Swickley Academy. Indiana needs to open up a little bit of room in the Northeast to maybe get that home playoff game. The battle's going to be on for that one. The final division of the night, the one that's most important to the viewers out there, Class B. We had a matchup here tonight that's very important to you guys. Burrell 9, Wilmington 5. Burrell Bucks defeat Wilmington. Avonworth, if they were to pull off the victory tonight, clinches a home playoff game in the first round of the Class B postseason. It's huge for that. Connellsville and Ringgold. Ringgold cleaning up, and I believe they have clinched a home game in the first round of the playoffs with a 9-3 victory over Connellsville. That game was a little bit closer than we thought. It was 3-2, I believe, in the second period when we checked in on that one, but it opened up in the second, and not 6 goals in the second for Ringgold. Bergman, Saylor, Budos, Eberlin, Kolecki. Yeah, it opened up. Budos again, and then Nagy and Nagy in the third period. So looks like that one is headed towards its thrilling conclusion at 9-3 in Class B. So a lot going on here. We're going to continue to move along. We're continuing the ice cut here. Avonworth, Central Valley, Class B matchup. Avonworth, of course, I just mentioned, on the heels of a Burrell victory over Wilmington, now can clinch a home playoff game with a victory here tonight. Central Valley needs to stay in the race with Burrell. So let's reopen up our scenarios that we had. Get the machine to make sure that we are 100% sure on what we said is true. Class B. Ringgold needs a Carrick loss now to clinch the first seed in the South. Wilmington needs a Central Valley loss, but nothing's going to help them here today. Avonworth needs just the win here, yes, and they will clinch a home playoff game. I'm Brian Mitchell. This is Berg Hockey Live. We will be back momentarily for the drop of the puck in the second game of our doubleheader here at Baierl Ice Complex. I'd like to welcome you back to Baierl Ice Complex here in Warrendale, Pennsylvania. Game 2 of our Burgh Hockey Live doubleheader here. I am Brian Mitchell. It is Avonworth. It is Central Valley. It is Burgh Hockey Live. And yes, we are live here inside of the Baierl Ice Complex in a Class B matchup for the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Hockey League action. We brought it up during the ice cut, what this means for both the teams. Central Valley now needs every point they can get if they want to make the postseason, with a Burrell win over Wilmington earlier tonight up at Hess Ice Rink. However, for Avonworth, things became a little bit easier for them. They can walk out of here with the W, and I do believe that Avonworth can clinch the home seed on that. I'd have to look at the standings at 12 points. It will all but remove Central Valley from a postseason berth at this point. So it's 6 points. If they were to lose today, they have 3-4 games. Yeah, they'll be in. They'll have a chance, but they're going to need every point and a lot to go their way in the next couple weeks. So that's what it's showing down for with that win up north of us here. We're waiting for the buzzer and the puck drop here. Shouldn't be any surprises in net tonight. Should be Roberto Wilhelm. For Central Valley. Let's see who ends up leaving the net, leaving the bench from either side. If you paid attention in our previous matchup, I wasn't very good at that. So, yeah, I kind of deserve what I got coming to me for that one. Looks like it's going to be Matt Lesnick starting for Avonworth. Lesnick 4-3 on the season, 497 goals against average, and 823 save percentage. He's getting ready there. Klaas is helping him out get prepared. Roberto Wilhelm on the other side. Wilhelm, the workhorse for Central Valley, 3-10 on the season, 687 goals against average, and 811 save percentage. 653 minutes in the net for Wilhelm. Face-off coming up. Urban will drop it. And we are Burgh Hockey Live here at Baierl Ice Complex. Avonworth will dump it in off of net. Bounced off. Bohan gets hit in the neutral zone. Golgoski is going to skate around and end up missing the puck there. Avonworth battled along the boards. Bohan coming the other way. They've got an opportunity here. Santilli comes in. Shot saved by Lesnick and held on to. Early opportunity here for Central Valley. Had a 2-on-0 possible. Weren't able to capitalize, and 16:38 remaining first. It is 0-0. Face off to the right of the Avonworth net. One back by Central Valley. Evans bounces it around. Hit by Golgoski into the boards, and there's a penalty coming up. Interference Urban's going to call. It's touched by Avonworth, and we'll see who they put in the box. It's going to be Golgoski for interference, and Central Valley heads to the power play. Face-off coming up to the right of the net. 16:29 remaining, first period. Face-off one back to Stoltz. Get to it. Kennedy will take it and goes the other way. Bounces around and out of the zone. Bohan touches it. It's going to be offside. Face-off coming up outside of the zone. Puck will be dropped right in front of the Avonworth bench, won by Central Valley. Carried in nicely by D'Amico. Puts it off the pipe, back and around top of the circle. D'Amico skates around. Nifty little move, tries to get stood up there. Shot on, save made. Big save by Lesnick. Rebounds, no. Bounced in and around the net. I thought it went in, did not, and it's going to go length of the ice. Wilhelm will get out to collect it. Avonworth. Gonna have a battle there. Kennedy behind the net. Stoltz and Patton No, shot on. Perry was in front of the net. Nobody home to get it to him. D'Amico will line up. Big hit in the corner. Kept in. Around shot high and top of the glass. All the way out for Tomczak. Liam Tomczak will skate inside. Bounced around. Power play still for Central Valley, but Avonworth pressuring. Lodovico couldn't get to it. Santilli throws it off to Patton. Patton shoots. Save made, rebound. Save made. Sits around to the side of the crease where Avonworth will collect it and dump it down the ice. Nelson will have to chase. It's not gonna, he'll get to it. Switch with Evans. Perry battles along the boards to come the other way. Santilli into the zone, and offside is the call. 14:58 remaining, first period. Thank you for joining us here at Baierl Ice Complex. Once again, I am Brian Mitchell. This is Berg Hockey Live. Live hockey from Western Pennsylvania on our berghockey.com platform and our YouTube page. Icing is the call on that play. Tell by the tone of my voice, we are getting down to the nitty-gritty of the regular season. A couple more weeks left of broadcast before we hand it off to the postseason coverage. Bohan's going to lose that one to Kloss. So he's blocked by Kloss, who gets up hurt. He is struggling to skate down the ice. He should be fine behind the net. Is Lancey, throws it up, and it's going to go past all the way. Whitar. War passes it up along the boards to Lancey. Going to bounce around, and Central Valley will clear. Right to Lancey in the neutral zone. Golgoski skates it around the blue line. They're offside. They get on. Dump it in. Nobody home. Shot in deep by Nelson. Nelson collects it. Grable for Golgoski. Lodovico battles along the near board. It's going to be out the other way. Deppenhart is going to chase it down, but it's going to go straight to Springer. Out to the point. Santilli leaves it for D'Amico. D'Amico skates around. Back on the back end. Let's get to the top of the crease. It's going to go the other way. Battled off by Golgoski. Can't get to it. It's going to pass around. And Burton battles along the boards. Burton Jr. on the back of his jersey. Out for Grable. Grable on the backhand. Perry wide in front. Sits in the crease. Perry shoots. Scores! Josh Perry throws a puck on net that sits in the crease. Is able to find his own rebound with that reach and poke it home. 1-0 Avonworth. Face-off coming up at center. Patton will step in with Cook. He and Cook. It's going to end up being one forward. Cook will chase it down. Evans be into the corner. They'll battle along the wall. Fourth, Kennedy with Cook down low. Patton will come the other way. The captain will carry it across center into the offensive zone where it's going to be picked up. Tomczak coming the other way. Tomczak waits for it. Shot just wide of the net. Out for Cook. Patton. That's it out for Bohan. Bohan heads up the ice. Across. Essie. Shot. Bounces to behind the net. Lesnick will let it go, and it'll be picked up and passed around to Kennedy, who just lets it go, and it goes down the ice. D'Amico will collect it behind the net. D'Amico out of the zone. Round, looking for one. Too many moves there. Gets around Lancey, but ends up behind the net. Real estate ran out for him real fast on that move. Grable battles behind the net. War lets it go out for Stoltz. Stoltz will have to chase it down, but here comes Russell the other way. Russell battles him off. Lets it go by him. It comes out to Bohan. Christian Bohan. Center. Deppenhart couldn't get to it. It goes on net and save by Lesnick. 11:41 remaining in the first. Once again, on the back of the Burrell victory over Wilmington, Avonworth just needs a victory here tonight to clinch it. While a loss for Central Valley will all but right the season for them and hand one of Wilmington or Burrell a playoff berth, depending on how this week plays out. Perry will carry it across center into the zone. Perry shot, save made by Wilhelm. Back down to Lancey. Lancey shoots just wide of the net. By Class. Gets it out to Santilli, who just turns it over. Dephart goes the other way. Guido over for Santilli. Santilli shot just wide of the net. Nice play by Jackson Guido to be able to wait for Santilli. Shuffle it over to him and try to get a shot on net there. Turnover, Guido. Out of the zone. Central Valley will get it up, and Perry will carry it back into the zone. Josh Perry back behind. Lodovico, Perry shot, save made by Wilhelm. 10:32 remaining, first period. 1-0 is your score. Avonworth leads Central Valley here on Berg Hockey Live. Shots on goal are 5-3 in favor of Central Valley. Face off one back by Cook. Lodovico shot high and wide of the net. Burton Jr. trumps it on net. Grable can't get to it. Evans passes it around. They'll battle behind the net. Patton for Grable. Grable carries it around. Nice stick check by Patton to separate the puck. Around for Burton, who just dumps it up out of the zone. Springer will chase it down to the blue line into his own zone. Matt Springer gets it across for Cook. Cook carries it in. Lodovico waits for it, and it's going to be picked up. And Lodovico, nice. Kennedy with a nice heads-up play to come in on his own. Passes it across. Kennedy gets the goal. Bounces it in and off the goaltender. And it is 2-0 Avonworth here. 9:50 remaining, first period. Innocent shot comes in, pounces it off the pad of Wilhelm. 2-0 is your score. 9:50 remaining in the first period. Bohan steps in with War. Back out. Tomzak just lets it go out to the point. Weaver collects it inside his own zone. Back across for Tomzak. Passes it up. Grable to War. Sorry. Zukowski to War. War behind net, throws it on net. And in front was Pumphrey. Shot on by Weaver. Bounces it around in a slot. Nobody can find it. Bohan takes it on the backhand, throws it up to the point. Shot in behind the net. Goes over. Zukowski bounces it on net. Bohan will collect it and come the other way. Christian Bohan brings it in, shot, partially blocked, and goes wide of the net. Cook can't collect it. Out of the zone comes Avonworth. 2-on-2. Zukowski comes in with Tomzak. Behind the net, and Essie will come the other way. Essie picks it up, dumps it across, block. In the neutral zone by Class. Lancey tries to dump it out. Back to front, and Deppenhart couldn't get to it. Guido. Class carries it into the zone now. Passes it across for Grable. Cole Grable. Into the zone. It's down low, throws it in front, bounces off a couple sticks. Perry in front. Throws it on Wilhelm. Wilhelm holds on to it. A face-off coming up to the right of Roberto Wilhelm. 7:59 remaining, first period. We'll look at the scoreboard in the first period. First intermission here. Couple games going on today. Golgoski can't win that one. It's his way to start. Search. Class behind the net. Throws it into the slot. Perry couldn't get to it, so it just bounces around and goes out for Patton. Perry muscles him off. Lancey, pressure behind. Here comes Golgoski the other way. Golgoski, nice little move to get to the outside, leaves it for Perry. Perry shoots, scores. 3-0 Avonworth here. 7:30 remaining in the first period. Just rang that almost a three-poster. Wide open cage for Josh Perry. Central Valley will line up, waiting for Avonworth to join them. Ian Cook tries to take the face-off forward, ends up going back for the victory. Cade Grable can't get to it. Santilli. One-on-one with Lesnick, but it's going to be picked up by Kennedy and going the other way. Left in front, Ludovico shoots, save made by Wilhelm. Kennedy on the backhand, save down and around, Burton Jr. Cook throws it in front, Ludovico, save, Wilhelm up again, another save by Wilhelm, goes wide of the net. Back behind for Ludovico. Ludovico up the half wall. A little bit of pressure from D'Amico, throws it on net, sticked off by Wilhelm out to the point. Springer, shot, save by Wilhelm. 6:40 remaining first period. Face-off come up to the left of the Central Valley net. All of a sudden, the shots are coming in favor of Avonworth. 12-5 at this point of the game. It's been a tough season for Central Valley so far. Tomczak shot from the top of the circles and into the bread basket of Wilhelm. Will hold on to it. Face-off coming to the left of Central Valley net once again. Behind the net, Buclio will battle with Stoltz. He's going to come out of the zone. Stays in the neutral zone. Buclio for War. War to the half wall. Dumps it in deep. Get around for Essie. Out to the point. Tomczak takes it, carries it around on the backhand. Tomczak can't get it. It's blocked by that on that shot. It's going to go all the way around the rink. War is going to end up with it behind the net. There were 3 blue shirts in between him and the puck, and he ended up with it. It's going to go out of the zone anyway. Tomczak will collect it and throws it across the ice for Weaver. Weaver in for Stoltz. Going to stay in the zone. Puclio going to take it. Throws it on net for Wilhelm. War trying to throw a shot back on net. Missed the bouncing puck. And here comes Christian Bohan the other way. Bohan will dump it in deep. Bohan, the leading scorer, tied with Santilli for Central Valley at 17 points. Offside is the call here. Bohan with 8 goals and 9 assists on the year. Santilli, 13 goals and 17 assists. Now Marulli has 9 goals and 13 assists for Central Valley Warriors. Face-off one back by Central Valley and cleared to the opposite blue line. Grable battles along, has Zukowski there. Back in for Santilli, passes it wrong. Shot past Patton, and out comes Avonworth. Avonworth going to pass up. It's Grable. Sorry, Zukowski will dump it in the zone. Fine. Patton in and around for Lancey. Lancey throws it behind. Picked up and for Grable, and it goes out of the zone where Santilli has been the ultimate opportunist here so far today. Several opportunities going the other way for Anthony Santilli. And back is Golgoski. He's got one to beat. Nice footwork there by Evans to keep that one from going around. And here comes Central Valley the other way. Cut inside is D'Amico. In and around. He had Lesnick going. Big hit in the corner. See who laid that hit. Tried to go for it again. That was Golgoski. Will Golgoski with a big hit along the wall. We cleared back in by Central Valley. Cleared up and into the zone. Stoltz will chase it down. 3:45 remaining in the first period. Santilli tries to tap it to himself, but it's going to be picked up and run in by Tomzak. Tomzak has Grable. It's going to go down to the near half wall. Springer battles along. Back out for him. Tomzak's going to pick at the top of the slot. Tomzak skating around on his knees. Tries to make a pass. Blocked there. Perry's able to collect it on the half wall. Dump it behind the net. Nelson behind the net will pass it around for Guido. Waiting for it. Perry bounces it off of Santilli, who turns the other way and goes. He has Deppenhart shot by Santilli. And we have our first souvenir of this game. Goes into the home bench. Sorry, the home stands with 3:06 remaining in the first period. Face-off coming up to the right of the Avonworth net. Avonworth leading 3-0 here over Central Valley in the first period. Got a questionable, wait, what are they looking for? One more player out for Central Valley. A little bit tougher to go in the offensive zone with 4 players when you should be able to have 5. Back in behind, Nick Weaver clears it around and it's going to go out of the zone. Ludovico will battle with D'Amico. That's going to be a word sleuth battle for me this evening. Ludovico and D'Amico, if they match up. Grable brings it in. Throws it around. Cole Grable shot on by Cook. Nice save. Ludovico shoots. Saves by Wilhelm. Good saves by Roberto Wilhelm. Kept in once again. Here comes Avonworth. Back behind. Ludovico circles all the way across. Looking for Weaver. Weaver shot on through the crease. Grable will collect it on a half wall. Come nice little move to get around Evans. Shot saved by Wilhelm. Grable behind the net. Bohan rubs him off. Back out for Ludovico. Ludovico, top of the circles. Back to the point. Kennedy. Kennedy skates around. Nice play by Kennedy. Even deked out his own player. Wilhelm makes the save and holds on to it. 2:08 remaining first period. Face-off coming up to the left of the Central Valley net. Face-off coming up. Back Patton. Going to be up to the slot. Picked up by Santilli, and going the other way is Santilli. Coming around, throws it in front, nobody home. Patton looking to try to tap something in. Nobody there. Lancey behind. Evans looking for Stoltz, but it's going to go too far for him. Russell's going to chase it down to the point. Back up, and here comes War. War for Tomzak. And out goes Essie. Essie along the boards. Bounces it around. 1:28 to go in the first. 3-0 Avonworth leads Central Valley here. Nelson will bump it up along the boards. Grable. Nice play by Grable to get it over to Russell. Russell back to the center where Patton will collect it. Dumps it up to Lancey for Golgoski. Skates back into his own zone. Slow playing this play. Golgoski carries it in. 1 to go in this one. 1 period. Golgoski comes in. Save made. Avonworth looking to clinch a home playoff game here tonight. Bohan giving it up to Deppenhart. A nice play by Grable. Grable coming in. Went around. Bounces it around and it's going to sit under a couple players. Bounces up to Deppenhart. And it's going to go clear down the ice. And icing is the call. 34 seconds remaining. Shots are now 18-5 in favor of the Avonworth Antelope. Thank you for watching, Ariana. For Santilli behind the net, rooting on Ariana, rooting on Central Valley. Santilli behind the net. Perry will collect it off of him. Over. It's going to bounce out to Grable. Grable bounces it behind for Perry. Up to the point. Down, Bohan's going to collect it. Nice stick there. He had Santilli breaking once again. Santilli looking for that odd opportunity there. End of the period is upon us. We'll go to the second period. Avonworth leading 3-0 after 1, 18-5 are the shots on goal. We'll be back for the second period here on Berg Hockey Live. I am Brian Mitchell. We'll be back. Out-of-town scoreboard right now. North Allegheny, of course, defeated Bethel Park in our opening game of Berg Hockey Live. It's 0-0 at Frozen Pond Arena between Butler and Pine Richland. Pine Richland just needs a single point to clinch a playoff berth. We'll move down to Class AA, and it was a big one for a couple teams in that division as South Fayette defeated Hempfield 2-0 at Mount Lebanon. Greater Latrobe defeated Quaker Valley 11-0 at Kirk Nevin on senior night. Meadville defeated Mars. Big matchup there as Meadville and Mars have been battling all season for that last playoff spot in the Northwest. West Allegheny and Baldwin 1-1 currently, and Plum leading Shaler 3-0. In Class A, get a couple seconds here. I'll give you some scores for Class A. Class A, Bishop McCourt defeating South Park 6-3. Indiana defeating Swickley Academy 11-2. Chartiers Valley and Thomas Jefferson tied it 2 at Ice Castle. And Norman and North Hills 1-1 right now. A couple really big matchups here, but we got one here, and I'll get back to Class B here momentarily. Face-off won by Avonworth. Carried in by the Antelope. Brought in Cook up for Lodovico. Lodovico couldn't get to it, so Santilli once again will turn the other way with Bohan. Santilli can bring it in. Tries to get it over, but no dice. Kennedy will carry it into the zone. Top of the circle, Kennedy. Shot behind Lodovico. Up to Tomzak at the point. Tomzak, top of the circle, shot. Wilhelm save. Nice save by Wilhelm. Santilli's going to turn and go the other way. He's going to try to get Bohan. It's going to go past him into the zone. Picked up by Tomzak. Tries to find Lodovico, and here we go again. D'Amico goes the other way. Nicely picked by Ian Cook. D'Amico and Lodovico fight once more. They're going to give me an aneurysm. Kennedy back down for Evans behind the net. Carried in by Evans, but Russell will take it off of him in the neutral zone. Back down. Avonworth passes it for War. War up to the point. Tries to find Lancey coming into the zone. Lancey goes past him. He'll be able to collect it on half wall, get it back behind for War. Puglia has to look back and around. Goes to Lancey. Offside on the play, and we'll have a face-off coming up. Try to get Russell, unable to do so. Thank you all for joining us here on Berg Hockey Live. It is Central Valley and Avonworth. Avonworth leading 3-0 over Central Valley. Down behind, Central Valley tries to clear the zone, is able to get out. It's going to be Patton coming the other way. The captain will carry it into the zone. Get around. Back behind. Picked up and cleared up to Nelson. Goes out of the zone. On the near wall. Lancey will chase it behind the net. Grable. Cole Grable carries it out. We sticked away nicely but it's going to make its way up to the approaching forward. Grable will collect it once again, throw it behind the net. Skates around the top of the blue line. Cole Grable gets it over to Lancey. Lancey down, bounces it off of Wilhelm. Just bounces off, I believe, the officials or something else down in the corner and ends up going back out to center where Lancey will collect it. In the second period, 14:20 to go in this one. Almost said 14:96. Don't know why that clicked in my head. Back out. Look for Deppenhart here on the near wall. It's going to go all the way past him and the length of the ice. He chased down where Springer will collect it. Bohan on him. It's going to go out. Nice little play off the bench by Keller to keep it in the zone, but it comes out, and D'Amico will dump it right back in. Bohan picks it off. Save made by Lesnick on the wall. Goes to the center slot. Bohan looking to get a little bit of momentum going for his squad. Behind Grable. Cade Grable this time. Trying to get it out, but D'Amico runs into him. They roll that coincidental, and it goes down the length of the ice and be chased down where Springer and Bohan will both let it go, and then temporarily Bohan will collect it. D'Amico in and around a couple defenders on the backhand. Nice play by D'Amico there. And around Springer. Up for Keller. Keller just bounces it to Class. Class will take it behind the net. Class leaves it for Springer. Springer up for Pumphrey. Durkos on him. Bohan will pick it up on the backhand. Look in the front. Durkos throws a backhand behind the net. And Avonworth will take it. Bounces it out of the zone. Evans in front of his own net. Dumps it back in. Springer. Out and in. Grable the opposite way. Throws it across. Blocked by D'Amico. And out of the zone where Tom Zach will collect it and carry it to center. If I remember correctly, Tom Zach said in his senior speech, his plans for after school are he's going to go to college. I think that's it. We got a good chuckle from that from the crowd when I think that happened. I'm not sure if that was him or not. One of them said it, and it was pretty funny. Back behind, around Ludovico, you get up to Tom Zach. Tom Zach collects it. Brings it back into the zone. Patton all over him. Tom Zach comes on. Nice play. Just gets lost underneath and cleared the length of the ice. Icing is the call, and we'll have a face-off coming up all the way down the ice. 12:05 remaining, second period. 3-0 Avonworth here. Berg Hockey Live, I'm Brian Mitchell. Thank you for joining me for our coverage of high school hockey in Western Pennsylvania. Avonworth wins the faceoff back to Kennedy. Brought to the slot. Cook shoots. Sits in a crease. Save made. Another save by Wilhelm. Two big saves by Roberto Wilhelm here. Try to keep his team in. Players muscled off. Kennedy throws it in front, looking for an opportunity here. They're going to battle around. The players are going to go at it, and we got a little bit of a back and forth. Sticks flying everywhere. Penalty coming up against Central Valley, and see how they call. There's a little bit of a high five and a little sportsmanship there down around the crease. Let's see who they get for the minor, and that is Patton is going to go off. They're going to call that trip on that play. 11:36 remaining, second period. Patton goes to the box. Avonworth goes on the power play. Thank you for joining us, everybody that's watching out there. Tom Zach wins the face-off back. Lancey can't hold on to it, goes out of the zone. Cross for Grable. Uh-oh, loses it, and here comes Santilli the other way. Santilli save Lesnick. Back down, Golgoski. The zone, cleared up. Back of the zone and in and around. Golgoski can't maintained possession, gets it back up to Lancey. Lancey shoots, blocked unknowingly by D'Amico. Battles around and cleared down the length of the ice by Central Valley. They'll have to collect and regroup. 1:26 remaining in the power play. Here comes Grable the other way. Grable into the zone. Big stick by Santilli comes in. Santilli's going to try to break once more, but he goes across the crease. Tomzak skates around, looks for Perry. It's going to bounce out to Grable. Grable over for Golgoski for Perry. Perry shoots, save made. Golgoski behind the net. Up and long for Lancey. Lancey shuts, was around, blocked by Santilli. Here he goes the other way. If he rushes, he got a 2-on-1. Got two Central Warriors stuck here. They hurry. One comes back. Golgoski tries to get fancy. Almost loses the puck. Going the other way was Bohan. Sorry, that was not Bohan. That was Patton. The original penalty was on Guido. Not Patton. 32, not 62. War will step in with Patton. Back down for Springer. Springer dumps it down, but it's going to be turned over in front of us. Springer and Patton will battle along the boards. Carried in and dumped deep. Back out to the point, and War keeps it in. Oh, no, they're going to call that offside, and the faceoff will come out with 7 seconds remaining in the power play. 3-0 Avonworth. Shots are 23-7 in favor of the Antelope. Faceoff's going to come all the way down the ice on the intentional offside. 9:42 remaining, second period. Faceoff won by Avonworth. Up. Puclio across the center. War brings it into the zone. Looks for Puclio. Penalty's over. Battle in the corner. Nelson rubs out Puclio. War's going to chase him down. Central Valley's looking back behind the net. Bounce off the boards, and it's going to go up to the point. Kept in by Springer nicely, but it's going to bounce around and out of the zone. Cleared down. Grable will collect it. Waits for it, gets it over, tries to get to Puclio. It's going to go too far wide. Avonworth's going to turn the other way. Zukowski dumps it into the zone. Behind the net. Zukowski got rubbed out on that play. Nelson. Burton will come the other way. Big hit by Ludovico. Keller's going the other way. Keller's shot wide of the net for Bohan. Bohan shoots. It's going to go sticked off by Lesnick into the corner. Lesnick for Tomzak. Back and around for Kennedy. Bohan battles off for Evans. Evans down for War. Evans shot. Glove by Lesnick. Dropped out. Tomzak will take it. Carries it into the offensive zone. Tomzak. Liam Tomzak couldn't make any more happen than that. So it goes back out to the point. Collected by Avonworth. Here comes D'Amico the other way. D'Amico loses the puck as he tries to cut in. Weaver be able to poke it away from him, but D'Amico collects it on the half wall. Tries to skate around. Ludovico returns the favor from a couple shifts ago. And here comes Keller back into his own zone. Ludovico waits for it, tosses it into the far quarter. Evans battled off with Kennedy. Kennedy carries it in, looking in front, saved by Wilhelm. Goes into the corner. Lancey throws in front. Patton will collect it, just out of the box. Patton coming the other way. Gets around the defense. Perry on him. Patton gets down. Save made by Lesnick. Perry and Patton end up behind the net. Lesnick will hold on to it. 7:18 remaining, second period. 3-0 Avonworth. Berg Hockey Live. Let's look at that Class B scoreboard if I get a second. But Avonworth's going to go the other way. Class coming into the zone. Class. Behind, muscled off by Patton. Out. Devin Hart couldn't do much with that one. He lost it in his skates on the entry. Golgoski will bring it in. Shot on. Class couldn't get to it. Up and along. Grable passes around for Perry. Gets it out to the point. Perry muscles off Devin Hart. He gets to Grable, who comes out of the zone, and it bounces back to center. Collected. Center. Bohan. Then across. And Pumphrey will just dump it back wide of the net. Collected down. Grable battles along. Nice little play there by Grable. Grable shoots, save Wilhelm. And we have a little extra going on here between Nelson and Grable. They'll separate at 6:10 remaining. We'll have a face-off to the left of the Central Valley net. 3-0 Avonworth here. 6:10 remaining in the second period. Avonworth looking to tie up a home playoff game. Pumphrey, shot, save Wilhelm. Avonworth with a victory will clinch a first-round home game. With a Central Valley loss, both Burrell and Wilmington will be within 1 point of clinching a playoff berth in the north. Battled around. Springer does back Bohan. Going to carry it out of the zone, and here comes Christian Bohan. Comes in, shot, save. Lesnick bounces wide of the net. Lesnick bounces it off the boards, off for D'Amico. D'Amico throws, saved by Lesnick. Bohan on the half wall. Christian Bowen. Around, picked up by War. It's around D'Amico. Battles behind the net. D'Amico in front. Durkos, saved by Lesnick. Back out on the half wall. Kept in nicely by D'Amico. Coming around. D'Amico skates around to the far half wall. Waits for it. Passes it back up. Russell can't get to it, so War will have to collect it inside his own zone. Over for Pumphrey. D'Amico throws it across, and it's going to find Evans. In front of his own net. Evans on the backhand will just dump it in deep. Grable, Cade Grable will take it and turn the other way. He has Russell if he hurries. 2-on-0 if they hurry. Grable comes in, shoots, scores. 4-0. Avonworth leads here in the second period. Grable did it all himself. For Grable, that will be his 5th goal of the campaign. Face-off coming up at center. Deppenhart can't get to it. Lodovico goes the other way. Around, battles out for Tomzak. Tomzak shoots, blocked by Cook himself, and just redirects it to the outside edge. Coming in is Avonworth. Lodovico all alone in front. Saved by Wilhelm. In point blank range. Tomzak battled around. Going to carry it back into the zone. Tomzak. Back through across for Lodovico. It's going to go to Weaver. Weaver shoots. Save made. Lodovico. Brought back into the zone. Weaver behind the net. Throws it around. And they're going to go into the neutral zone. Cook up for Perry. Perry behind. Save made by Wilhelm on the shot by Perry. Hit in the corner. Delancey will throw it wide of the net. Cole Grable will have to chase it down, but it's going to be picked up by Christian Bohan. Bohan into the zone. Deep behind the net. They'll battle. D'Amico Out. D'Amico can't knock that one down. It's going to go the other way. Perry will pick it up. He has Klaas going in the net. Tries to look for him. Passes it through. It's going to pounce off a stick, and D'Amico will pick it up and take it the other way. Perry tries to muscle him off. D'Amico comes in. Save off the outside post. Lancey. Looking for Perry coming the other way. Evans going to get back to cover him. Make it 2-on-2. Golgoski inside, outside. Shot saved by Wilhelm. High risk, high reward for Golgoski there. And Wilhelm was up for the task. And it is still 4-0 Avonworth. 2:49 remaining, second period. Face-off coming up to the left of the Central Valley net. War will step in with Patton. Out to the point, Springer. Out, and here comes Patton the other way. Muscled off into the corner, and Avonworth will turn and try to get it out of the zone. Battle along the boards by Deppenhart. Good play by Deppenhart to knock it back into the zone. Puclio goes down in that process. Russell finds Puclio going the other way. Waits for it. Throws it across. Thrown on, save made. Springer can't get to it. Back behind. Puclio will throw it on net. Central Valley tries to get out of the zone. Does do so this time. Springer will take it, dump it back into the zone. Behind for Jesse Moody. Behind the net. Picked up once again. I believe that is, yep. That's Stoltz, and we have a hit along the boards and an interference call coming up. And it's going to be on Guido once again. He's going to head to the box for the interference. 1:41 remaining, 4-0. Face off one across, Ludovico. Shot, power play for Avonworth. Unfortunately, we had a little bit of a stream drop there. Guido took a penalty for an interference, and power play coming up for the Antelope, up 4-0. I apologize about the stream dropout. Having a lot of those problems when we switched over to YouTube. I'm going to probably spend a lot of the offseason trying to figure out how to fine-tune that for next year. Kennedy and Bohan will battle off. It's going to come the other way. Santilli chases it down. Avonworth holds on to it, loses it in the puck. Lesnick just lost it. Was able to get down and get a glove on it and hold on to it for a face-off. .31-12 are your shots on goal. $1:17 remaining in the second period here. Avonworth on a power play, however, in the defensive zone for this face-off. Kennedy able to win that face-off out of the zone. Evans will just dump it back in. They need to get onside. Bohan will, and will chase down. Tom Zach passes it out for for Weaver, who dumps it down the ice. Face-off coming up to the left of the Avonworth net. Behind. Here come the Antelope out of the zone. Grable. Cole Grable passes it back, looking for Perry. Going to go past him. It's cleared down for Golgoski. Golgoski bounces it off of the skate. Behind Tomzak. Down top smart. Grable save by Wilhelm. Goes wide of the net and dumps up along the half wall where Tom Zach will collect it. Down shot on score! Tom Zach threw a odd shot that I think just jumped off of the blocker of Wilhelm and in, and it's 5-0 with 13.5 seconds remaining. Power play goal for Avonworth. .5 seconds to go here. Face-off coming up at center. RMU legend Denny Urban will drop the puck at center. Golgoski tries to win it forward. Lancey going to try to collect it. It's going to be dumped out. And Grable carries it in. Deppenhart get to it. Grable into the zone. 1 second. End of the first is upon us. 5-0 Avonworth leads Central Valley. 32-12 are the shots here. We'll be back for the third period here momentarily. I'll have your out-of-town scoreboard and all those goodies during the ice cut. We'll be back momentarily. We're back here with the out-of-town scoreboard, and AAA was where we're going to start. North Allegheny defeated Bethel Park in their opening game of Berg Hockey Live. You can follow that one on our berghockey.com or our YouTube page. And that one's a 6-1 victory for the North Allegheny Tigers. They clinch a home game in the first round. Pine Richland leading Butler 4-1 at Frozen Pond Arena. Pine Richland, of course, just needs a point to clinch a playoff berth. The 7th one in AAA with 3 weeks to go. They're going to do a little. They might have a chance to do a little bit of damage down the stretch as they still have 5 games to go after this one. So Joe Fulmer and company aren't done yet with what they want to do. Them along with Montour had goals of being back-to-back champions this season in the two different classes that they could do that in. First time since Erie Cathedral Prep did it in 15 and 16, if possible. In AA, move along, and a couple big games in that one. South Fayette defeating Hempfield. Hempfield, of course, closing in on Franklin Regional, but now they lose that game in hand. So South Fayette knocking them down, and now they're even with Franklin Regional. Big games to loom there. Greater Latrobe and Quaker Valley, 11-0. Greater Latrobe defeated Quaker Valley on senior night. Meadville defeating Mars in a huge matchup in the Northwest, as Mars has a lot of games in hand on Meadville. Meadville needed to make up some time there, some space on the point standings, so they were able to do that. And at Ice Castle Arena, the one we're all paying attention to, Baldwin leading West Allegheny 3-2 trackside. Baldwin leading on a Trevor Belak. It is on a Justin Pollard goal towards the end of the second period as West Allegheny tied it up. It's huge because West Allegheny and Montour still facing off for that final playoff spot in the North in the Southwest. Baldwin already clinching the home ice advantage in that postseason, for that division, and just seems more and more that Montour and West Allegheny are going to be battling down for a qualifier game, as I continue to think it's going to happen. At a small little situation in front of us. Gentleman fell in the bleachers. They're checking on him right now. That's the reason why I went to set radio silence there for a second. Of course, we are not zoomed out right now, so you couldn't see anything in front of us. So, all right, so we'll continue as we were. Berg Hockey Live goes to RMU next week, as we will have Franklin Regional and West Allegheny in the opening game at 7:15 p.m. at the Island Sports Center, the main rink where the Colonials play. And the follow-up game will be Baldwin and Montour. So you're going to see all these games, especially with Hempfield losing today. Franklin Regional, big game against West Allegheny coming up. They're going to need every point that they can get. And it's going to be big to see, how they're going to follow up what they're going to need to do there. Moving into single A here in a second. Bishop McCourt defeating South Park. South Park still sitting on the outside looking in, trying to get a postseason berth. They have a couple chances to clinch it. It did not do so. Indiana defeating Swickley Academy 11-2. That's down at the Island in the opening game of that doubleheader. Thomas Jefferson pulling away from Chartiers Valley. Chartiers Valley getting a little bit more life as South Park growing on, but South Park looks like they're going to end up clinching the postseason berth, as both Chartiers Valley and North Hills are trailing right now. Norwin 2-1 over North Hills right now at the Island. So it's a huge matchup down there at the Island for that conference. South Park can clinch things up with a loss today, even with the loss, because the two teams below them are going to have that battle. Class B. Of course, this one right here is 5-0 Avonworth. But why is that important? Because Burrell defeated Wilmington 9-5 at the Hess Ice Rink, meaning that Avonworth wins today. They clinch a home playoff game in the first round. And with a loss, Central Valley will all but be tied up to not be able to make the postseason. They'll need a lot to happen in that process, as Burrell and Wilmington each have 12 points. And with 3 games left, Central Valley will need to win all of their games and have Burrell or Wilmington lose their final 3 games. So it's basically all but wrapped up for the Warriors if this score holds up. But you got to play the games. We got to get through the season, so we'll see how it plays out. Ringgold and Connellsville. Ringgold defeating Connellsville 9-3. The big game for the South, as Ringgold moves within a Carrick loss of a first round, of the home the #1 seed in the South. And Connellsville on the outside looking in at the playoffs, and it's just getting worse and worse as you continue for the Falcons, as they sat in that 4th position for so long, and now they're sitting in that 6th position, staring up at Morgantown and Elizabeth Forward. The loss drops them to 6-9 on the season. They'll have 2 games to go on the year, and they have 1 game to go on the year, and they will be all but eliminated from the postseason, whether Elizabeth Forward or Morgantown gets a point. Bishop Canevin looking on the outside and in on that one also. Bishop Canevin, of course, only has 1 game left themselves. So Elizabeth Forward and Morgantown. Elizabeth Forward has 3 games to go. Morgantown, I'm sorry, I apologize. I'm looking at these numbers awkwardly. With games left, there'll be 2 games left for Connellsville. And with 4 and 3 for Elizabeth Forward and Morgantown. So it looks like it's going to be a tough uphill battle for the Falcons to get back into the postseason picture. So we're starting to get down to the nitty-gritty. 3 weeks to go. Next week, we've got 1 coverage on Monday night, and we have a coverage on Thursday night that will be announced at a later date. The first coverage, of course, I mentioned earlier, is Robert Morris at the Island Sports Center. We will watch West Allegheny host Franklin Regional in a pivotal matchup for both of those squads. Basically, you can't get much more winner-take-all than that matchup, as Montour has the Baldwin Highlanders in the second game. So we'll have an answer of who's going to probably end up that number 2 seed, or if we'll have a play-in game after that, as Montour has a road game against Penn Trafford later in the season, so to close out the year. I'm Brian Mitchell. We'll be back momentarily for the 3rd period here at the Baierl Ice Complex. Santilli is ready for this face-off already at center. We don't even have a goaltender in net for Avonworth. Lesnick is making his way over. Santilli's been hunched over, ready for this face-off for about 20 seconds here. We'll get ready for the 3rd period. I am Brian Mitchell. This is Berg Hockey Live. Avonworth leading Central Valley 5-0 going into the 3rd, and we are underway in the 3rd period. Along the boards, Patton goes back out, battled off. He'll collect it once again. It'll clear down all the way. Lancey will chase it down. Behind the net, Lancey waits, thinks about it, goes the backhand, dumps it the whole way down the ice, and we'll have an icing call coming up 26 seconds into the third period. Face-off coming to the left of the Avonworth net. Bohan will step in with War. Bohan and War battle, won by Avonworth. Back up. Puck is sticking to the ice. Looks like it might be a little wet out there still. Puclio behind. Grable. Yeah, puck came to a complete dead stop on that pass. We got a battle. In fact, Grable gets into D'Amico. It's Kitchen. Right now, Grable will take it behind. Passes it up. Puclio into the zone. Shot on wide of the net. Pass, try to get it in front. And D'Amico will come the other way. Full head of steam. Has Tomczak in front of him. D'Amico cuts across, loses the puck. Weaver, battle, but D'Amico will pick it up on a nice little play. Bounce off of Lesnick behind the net where his defender will pick it up and carry it out. Shot on, blocked again by Weaver. Tomczak behind the net for Weaver. Weaver waits for it, just thinks about what to do, gets it across center. Santilli will come the other way. Santilli gets around one. War waits for it, shoots, can't hold on to the puck, and topped off by an Avonworth defender, and it'll just go far enough back to the neutral zone. Where he's shot back in. They'll play Pong. Long distance Pong in this one. Kennedy across and in. Has Cook under the net. Kennedy battles around. Kennedy powers off, waits for it, loses the puck in the slot. For Patton, Patton's going to take it the other way. Has Santilli, gets it to Santilli coming the other way. Santilli muscles around Grable. Going to bounce off of Lesnick, almost goes in, throws it up in front, trying to bounce it off of the back of it. Shot on, save made by Lesnick. Santilli getting the ultimate opportunities here. Not going to be able to put one home at this point, but he's definitely getting the opportunities. Kennedy into the zone. Kennedy on, tries to go from the back end of the forehand and loses the puck. Springer passes it around, finds Grable. Grable for Patton. Patton back along the boards, and it's going to go out of the zone. Santilli will chase it down. Perry passes it across. Springer gets it up to Golgoski. Back to Springer. Dumps it into the zone. Perry back down, throws it across. Golgoski to the half wall. Santilli's going to pick it up and go the other way. Under that, Santilli tries to get it around Grable. Loses it in Grable's feet. Is able to turn and go the other way. Santilli brings it into the zone. Backing around. Grable shoots just wide of the net. Perry drops it back for Lancey. Looks for Perry behind the net. Just goes around. Golgoski collects it. Collects, I don't know. Back it's the end of the season, folks. I'm still hanging in here. Golgoski comes in and in behind the net. 13:31 remaining, third period. 5-0 in favor of Avonworth. Bohan will step in with War. One back by Bohan. D'Amico bounces it off the boards, looking for Bohan. Lancey stands him up at the center ice. Grable goes behind the net, collects it, waits for Keller to get out of the way. Goes around Keller. Grable, who already has a phenomenal goal here today. Coming in for War. Back out for Bohan. Bohan. Center. Pumphrey couldn't hold on to it. D'Amico will go the other way. D'Amico battles around. Into the corner. D'Amico. Zukowski all over him. Bohan up to the slot. For Durant shoots, scores! Christian Bohan gets a goal here. Christian Bohan with his 9th goal of the season makes it 5-1 here at Baierl Ice Complex. Just a little shovel pass between the pads in the net. 12:47 remaining in the third period. Patton wins the face-off forward, dumps it into the zone. Weaver will collect it around. Essie dumps it in behind the net. Patton battles. On up for shot on by Patton. Scores! 5-2. Patton gets a rebound, and all of a sudden there's a little bit of a changing of the guard here. Things could start getting interesting here at Baierl Ice Complex. 5-2 is your score now. Central Valley gets 2 quick ones. Bohan and Patton heading back out. Their guns. Golgoski comes in. Nelson battles around. Stoltz couldn't get to it. Grable in the half wall. Perry couldn't stay on his skates there for a couple seconds. Ends up down. Tomzak, top of the circles. Shot. Bounces around the feet of a bunch of players. And it goes to Stoltz. Out. And Grable will take it. Nice move to get around Bohan. Back around. Tomzak shoots wide of the net. Golgoski's going to get it, but Burton Jr. is going to pick it up. 3 on. Up. Also, if he could pass it out, he can get it out of the zone. Offside is the call here. I apologize, the camera wasn't set up. Santilli was about a half step offside. And they'll take it out of the zone. When you do this by yourself, it's kind of tough to always remember that you have the camera, especially when a game starts to get interesting. Patton will step in with Golgoski. For Deppenhart. Around Patton, second goal scorer for Central Valley. Dumps it in. Looking around. Battle behind the net. Out to D'Amico, who shoots just wide of the net. Perry takes it, dumps it the length of the ice, and we'll have an icing call here. 11:25 remaining, third period. 5-2 is your score now. Central Valley trying to dig back into this one. Faceoff's going to come up to the left. Denny Urban will drop it. Class and Patton. Faceoff won by Class. Back to Grable. Cole Grable. Just dump it around for Kennedy. Looking to go up the boards. It goes straight to Patton, who just lets it go in the corner. Cook tries to get it out of the zone, but can't. D'Amico battles behind the net. Patton up for Dephart. Back down, and Grable will take it behind the net. Gets through a couple sticks of Central Valley, and Grable will come the other way. Grable comes in. Shot saved by Wilhelm. Sits in the crease. Picked up by Central Valley. A little more aware now. Coming the other way. And you got Bohan if he tries. Bounces it off of his stick and goes the length of the ice. That's going to be no icing call. Bohan can't collect it. Battle there by Lancey. Lancey leaves the puck, and so does Bohan, so they have to both regroup, go back. Bohan tears Lancey down. No penalty on the play. Back behind. Essie with Grable. Up for Cook. Cook cuts it across the ice. Ian Cook into the zone. Dumps it in. And across for Kennedy. Kennedy in and around top of the slot. Looking for War. Scores. 6-2. War gets a give and go. And it is 6-2. 10-11 remaining in the period. Just when Central Valley gets a little bit of momentum back, it ends up that Avonworth's able to get back in this one. Get that lead back to 4 goals. War will step in with Santilli. It'll dump around, but he loses track of the puck. Puclio battles with Bohan. Essie will come in with Santilli. Tries to find Santilli. Goes wide. Russell takes it, pounces it out of the zone. Here comes Nelson. Nelson behind Lodovico. Behind the net. Looking around for Santilli. Lodovico. Back in behind. Out of the zone comes Lodovico. Lodovico passes it back to Russell. Russell tries to shoot, get too much on it. Essie will take it, loses it, throws it into the skates of Keller, who can't control it, and it comes back out of the zone. Central Valley will bounce it off the boards. 9:23 remaining in this one. Puclio for War. They'll battle along the boards. Stoltz will take it the other way. Stoltz into the zone. Shot high and wide of the net. Back and behind for Essie. Essie will take it. Gets to Keller. Keller has Santilli on there, but he can't get it to him. Back and across. Grable can carry it into the zone. Cade Grable in shot. Save off the pipe by Grable. Barely. Russell out of the zone. Out to the center. It picked up by in the neutral zone. Patton takes the boat, and D'Amico will come in. You're going to get knocked down, and the net's going to come off. Coincidental contact there. So they're going to say 8:40 remaining, third period. Net's off its moorings. Face-off will come up to the left of the Avonworth net. Face-off won by Avonworth. Back out, Perry can't get to it. Goes to Tom Zach, who carries it out of the zone. Tom Zach into the offensive zone. Dipsy doodles to try to get to the net. Behind, Patton for Grable. The slot. Back down. Golgoski shoots it on. Save made. Bounces wide of the net. Down for Tom Zach. Perry battles along. Big hit in front here. Springer goes behind the net. That's battled off. Santilli can't get. Oh, sorry, that was Essie. Couldn't get it out for Patton. It's carried out by Avonworth. Josh Perry. Big strides comes in. Tom Zach was top shot by himself. Save, rebound, scores. Wilhelm made the initial save. It rolled through his pad, and it looks like it was picked up in the crease by Golgoski, who tapped it home. It's just a freak opportunity there. First save by Wilhelm was a beauty, but it unfortunately rolled through his pad and sat in the crease. And we have a 7-2 game here. 7:41 remaining. Going out, Urban. Let it go past him as the players will converge in the near corner. Lancey, top of the circle. Tip, score. Cook, 8-2. Is your score now. 7:24 remaining in the third period. Tip in by Cook. We'll talk about what this means for the playoff picture, as this one's starting to get a little bit out of hand. What this means for everybody is that the number of points that Central Valley can gain at maximum is 12 points after today's game. And that is currently where Burrell and Wilmington are sitting. So the math is the math, and Burrell and Wilmington just need 1 point each to clinch a playoff berth. And that should seal up the North for the postseason, as the South is going to be a little more complicated. They're just going to battle for seeding now between Burrell and Wilmington. And don't rule it out yet. There's probably a scenario where Central Valley can get into the postseason. But a lot has to happen over the final 3 weeks of the season for that to occur. 2.5 now, if you want to count it in. It's just been a tough year, and I can understand watching, the game tonight. Central Valley, young team, looking like they're going to have a possibility of a couple years of being a better team. It's been a rough couple years. High stick is the call. It's going to go the length of the ice. They're going to whistle down a high stick as he gets there. We've got some extracurriculars going on. Central Valley is on a penalty kill currently. Going very informal in an 8-2 game towards the end of this game. So what does it mean for everybody? Well, Ringgold and Carrick basically have all but clinched their spots. Neshannock and Avonworth will have clinched their spots, so they're going to have 1 and 2 seeds figured out. So they're just waiting their opponents. So now it's cross, so you're playing across from the north to the south. So Avonworth's going to host South number 3, and we're waiting to see who that's going to be. And that's just a mess in the South for the bottom 4 spots. The bottom 2 spots at this point. Carrick's going to host a 3 seed, which is either going to be Burrell or Wilmington. We still got a little bit of time before we have to figure out who's going where. And, of course, you do have seeding tiebreakers that have to be placed in effect, which are head-to-head and number of wins. It's actually, yeah, it's head-to-head and then wins on the season, and then your less penalty in minutes to tie things up, and then a coin flip if necessary. But if you're there for that final playoff spot, which is a possibility if somebody loses out and Central Valley can win out, they can play in a qualifier game to get back in the postseason. They'd have to win out. They'd have to beat Burrell and have Burrell lose and then win their final game of the season to be able to have that happen. So don't write the book out on Central Valley yet. They'd have to, yeah, with the defeat of Burrell, all they'd have is a Burrell loss and and then a win in their final game. So it's not out of the woods for Central Valley yet. Looking around, Tomzak behind the net. Those qualifier games is where things become interesting because all you have to do is tie. Lodovico shot and goes around. Tomzak down. Neshannock holding the number 1 seed in the north, meaning that the number 4 in the south is going to have to head there. Right now, it's either going to be Morgantown, Bishop Canevin, or the Elizabeth Forward Eagles. I'm sorry, Warriors. I keep calling them the Eagles because that was Sarah Catholic, the Steagles, last 2 seasons ago. Something that's stuck in my brain. 4:26 remaining here, and we got back and forth. They're going to call a penalty here. Urban's going to call a rough on Perry. Got caught up. Actually, a call on both of them, I believe. Yep, they call coincidentals on both players for roughs at 4:25 remaining. We're going to get a goaltending change here. And Colton Carpenter is going to come in for Central Valley with 4:25 to go. Give Wilhelm a little bit of a break. .425 to go. Coincidental Miners 5-on-5 here. Class is going to step in with Bohan. One back to Springer. Carpenter has only seen 9 minutes and 30 seconds of time this season, so it's hardly an idea to have any idea on the quality level that he's in net, because Wilhelm has been the workhorse for Central Valley. So he's going to get about 4.5 minutes here to add on to that time. Kennedy is going to carry it across, falls down. Cook. Offside is the call. Oh, no, interference. They're going to call an interference on the play. Grable's going to go to the box. Cade Grable will head to the bin, and with 3:51 remaining, Central Valley will head to the power play. So a lot still has to be decided in all of the divisions. All the classes have at least 2 really big races going on. Some have 3. So, and in AAA, it's just an absolute mess. Who knows what's going to end up happening? Games in hand and teams within 1 point of each other for forced places. We don't know. I'm not even going to bother to look until the last week of the season at tiebreakers. Bohan will carry it in. Comes across, looks for Santilli. Had Grable all over him, Cole Grable all over him. They'll sit around. Puck will be behind the net. Grable will kick it away. Go out to the point. D'Amico, take it, shot, rebound, save. Shot in, save, score by Patton. And Grable and Santilli will get tangled up behind the net. Moody and Class were both in on that action, but neither getting an opportunity there. Face-off will come out of the zone. They're going to call Grable calling them all for what they got involved there. 3:17 to go. We'll have a face-off at center. Still a power play coming up to Central Valley. They gave them coincidentals for roughing. Really didn't get too far into their little kerfuffle. They're looking to see what's going on here. They're discussing it in the scorer's box. They're going 5-on-5 here. Oh, with the goal. That's, of course, that was a power play goal. Face off one forward by Avonworth. Brings it into the zone. Puclio. It's going to go Burton the opposite way. Burton brings it in. Back down. Battled off. Weaver. Is it out? Burton Jr. Gets it around for Puclio. Bounces out for Bohan. Bohan bounces it off of, I think it's going to be lost by Urban. Nope, net comes off. Net came off, and face-off coming up to the right of the Avonworth net. 2:47 remaining in the third. Once again, thank you for joining us on Berg Hockey Live. I am Brian Mitchell. This was Class B action here. Might be our last Class B action of the season before the postseason. I'm not sure about the accuracy of that. I did decide on other games for the rest of the year, but some are subject to change at this point. I do have one that I had on my short list. Durkos lets it go. Bouncing around. Cleared up. Deppenhart. Get it, but Springer's going to collect it on the half wall, dump it up. Tomzak, D'Amico will battle along the boards. Out for Golgoski. Tomzak. Just going to collect it, bring it back into his own zone. Liam Tomzak with 2 minutes to go in this one. Carries it back in. Waits for it. Golgoski shoots. No, it doesn't shoot. He just gets around, make a pass behind it where he'll collect it himself. Puts it on the backhand. They picked up and Guido collected, so he's just going to dump it back into his own into the zone. Zukowski will chase it down. Zukowski behind where D'Amico will carry it out of the zone. D'Amico into the zone. Back around. Ludovico looks to pass it up for Zukowski. Passes it around for Golgoski. Everyone look for the change. So Cook is going to stand up his D'Amico. Going to get it out of the zone. Here comes Patton. Kennedy. Around 1 to go in this one. Patton in and around. Nice play. Gets around Lancey. Shoots through the crease. Back out. Shot on. Saved by Lesnick and held on to 52.6 seconds remaining in the third period. 8-3 is your score. Avonworth leading Central Valley. Face off one, and Bohan took an errant stick on that play. He's slow to get back in a rush. Lodovico carries it in. Kennedy shot save by Carpenter. Colton Carpenter in relief with about 4 minutes remaining. He's going to finish this one out. Behind the net, Kennedy save just around the back of the net. Stoltz for Class. Class, 22 seconds to go in this one. Going to hold on to it, just pass it back to Kennedy. Get roughed off, and it's going to be Keller coming out of the zone. Gets pushed off by Class, and here comes Santilli the other way. Santilli, 8 seconds to go, passes it in front. Shot by Burton. Tried to put that one through. He was falling on the play, and time is going to expire, and this one is over. 8-3 is your final. Avonworth clinches a home game in the first round of the postseason here at Baierl Ice Complex. When that schedule comes out, we will know where they play. Hopefully we'll have somebody in the rink for that one. Congratulations to Avonworth, and congratulations to North Allegheny for both clinching their playoff berths this season. Let's look around and see what else happened here today before we say goodbye for the evening. Final look at the scoreboard for me. Norwin leading North Hills 3-2 in that contest. How close are we to the end of that one? We have about a minute and a half left in that contest, maybe a minute or so, if it's not over already. Norwin trying to hold on with Bishop McCourt. Of course, Indiana defeating Swickley Academy. Thomas Jefferson defeating. So that score holds up. South Park clinches a playoff berth via 3 losses today. That's a backwards way of getting into the postseason, but it works. It's effective. It does happen. In AA, South Fayette defeating Hempfield, taking their game in hand on Franklin Regional away from the Spartans. Greater Latrobe beating Quaker Valley 11-0. Meadville defeating Mars. And ladies and gentlemen, upset alert, upset alert. There is an upset alert if you're still sticking around. West Allegheny leads Baldwin 4-3. Late in that contest, Josh Ferry holding up his end of the bargain, which means West Allegheny moving within reach of breaking that tie with Montour. Montour has Baldwin next Monday on Berg Hockey Live, but it may not matter if West Allegheny can upset the Highlanders at this point. Montour might need to get to the qualifier game. What a look at that one, and I'm going to stick with that while we're still live to make sure that's going to actually go final here. They've got about, by the scoreboard, they have about 2 minutes remaining in that one. But it looks like West Allegheny is going to defeat Baldwin 4-3 unless there's an absolute surprise that happens there. Nick Bandy with the goal at 14:40 of that contest. So it was a late two goals in the third period. Bandy with a pair of goals to tie things up and take the lead. Waiting to see what we got here. I'm going to throw that one up on Twitter. I'll see you guys next week at the Island Sports Center. Now becomes more important for Berg Hockey Live as West Allegheny hosts Franklin Regional in a pivotal matchup for both squads. As for, it looks like West Allegheny is going to knock off Baldwin here today and take that lead on Montour that they needed to take. They'll close their season against Franklin Regional next week. We'll have them and Montour coming up. Take care, guys.